ladies and gents, welcome to Friday morning. We're now on 3rd of January. Yeah, it's already disappearing. So, just down in the Gillsman field. The field's actually finally drying up. It's still damp, it's a bit squidgy, but it's not too bad. And the water from here behind's gone. And the water on the side of the hayfield's pretty much gone as well, so that's a good start. Just going around this morning, picking up bits of rubbish. Also looking at the hedges, because hopefully Richard's going down with a hedge cutter. And then I'll just come down here to have a look at this. So this is the fence I redid last autumn time. And what I did was I flailed it with a side flail, or the offset flail mower. So I didn't do too bad. It's not the prettiest job in the world, but you can see where it's been cut before and then where I've cut it. So it's not too bad, but it won't stop them. So Richard can come and do that and just take it off. Right, tell you hater an Hedge man turns up earlier than you thought. Don't know if you can hear him, but he's just over there. Whoop. So he's just starting off in the summer fields over there. Then we'll have him on to these ones as well. These were actually done last year. I usually try and get them done each year. The more you cut them, the more they fill out. So what we need to do here is try and fill this gap out a bit. We slipped up when we did this hedge line. The idea was to put that fence in right back into the hedge and have all this hedge cut beforehand, but unfortunately we couldn't get it, so we had to have it done, which is why it's a little bit of a mess. I still quite like to pull this fencing back out again, do the hedge and then shove it back in, but I can't win them all because this is what happens. Horses get the reds over and destroy the wire, so happy days. Right, another gate to open there. He's going to do all this down here, down there, down that side, and hopefully that will look a bit tidy this afternoon. couple of hours later and I'm back up, just tidying some fences, well, fences up, shutting gates. And Rich has been down here, and as you can see, not tidier than before. So he's been round what we call games pitches, which are on the far side around there. Done the caravan site bit as well. Been round here and just tied up a little bit in the deer park, and then what we call Mary's here. Done that and pushed that hedge back so we can get it fencing. So it's now just set off down there where the hayfield is on the little bit of hedge. I changed the fencing. So right, so just come for a quick walk down. It's about 3 o'clock now. We've had a rather late lunch, and Rich has been up here. So yeah, not too bad. That'll do. He's managed to get top down for us, which is nice. He has had a bit of a mare because well, he's actually been down there and cut all that and been up this side, and one of his pipes has given out, so you can sit on orbital head on it. So basically his head keeps basically going over, so he'll start it horizontal like that and it'll just kind of flop over, which is no use to man the beast. So I just jumped over the fence and walking down, and he's actually very nicely just mowed all this ditch out as well whilst he was down here, and then knocked back everything down here as well. So for anybody who hasn't been around for a while, the electric board came down and felled some of these trees. They're basically in the ditch, basically to give clearance between the lecky lines and the ground. Obviously if there's a tree there it gets a bit well, jumpy, literally. The electric can jump from the poles and the wires to the trees and down. So yeah, he's knocked all these back, it's good. Yeah, not great having stumps in there. I'd love to get them ripped out, but well, I don't think it's going to happen. Well, at least now he's knocked all the hedge back, which is quite nice. Means we can get into the ditch a bit more. I did say to him basically want a 20-ton digger in and just gouge out the bottom, because it's all stood in water. The water stands right the way up there to where the hedges that we just come past. Yes, it is a bit lower ground level there, but it doesn't help when we've got willow trees stuck in this ditch that have fallen over. I'll probably be able to show you better up there, but yeah, open it up a bit, it's nice. So yeah, what I was mentioning about the willows is this. So basically there's a willow being grown in here. It's backing up the water here. Granted it is actually backed up here, but there's about 4 or 5 inch difference between that side and this side. And every time you go down you get to a bit of brush or rubbish and it blocks up a bit more. And right down at far end, I don't think you'll see, but there's another big lump of crap in the way, so really wants all these out, digging out, making cleaner. And to be fair, Richard had come past again and knocked all this brush around if he wants to fat Zed get out. Yeah, I said to him at time there was no point him coming back just to do a little bit, just to tidy up. We can get it next time round. Just need to bring the flail mower down and just tidy all this up. Well, I'm guessing he had a quick go at doing a loop. Yeah, that's a bit on wet side, kid. Still, did right. There's only this patch down here, and then it's come back that way. It'll squish out again.